guys, welcome to today's video. I've never been this excited to film a YouTube video before. It's amazing. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup review, I guess, and demo of the BKBeauty and Nikki and BKBeauty brushes. I am so excited that I got them, and I got this travel makeup bag that can sit like this, or you can lift it up like this to travel with, and I absolutely love this bag. It's one of my favorites. So let's get actually into, I'm gonna just briefly talk about this. I definitely wanted something that was a little bit smaller than my ginormous Alley Lines bag that I absolutely love. I'm gonna use that for when I'm traveling for like a long time. When I'm traveling for like maybe a couple of days, I'm gonna use this, and I can fit like a lot of my makeup in here as well. Because what I'm going to use today is pretty much what I sometimes travel with, so it pretty much can fit all in here. So that's the little travel bag. Then let's talk about these brushes, the Nikki and BKBeauty brushes. I absolutely love these brushes. I did try them. I got them on Friday, and I have been non-stop using them. These brushes are my absolute favorite brushes. I can do a full face with this entire set, and it's amazing. I love that they're multi-purpose use for pretty much all of these brushes, and I think it's amazing. So we're actually going to get into using all of these brushes. So as you can see, I already have my brows on. I actually did want to go ahead and prime the face really quick. I'm going to do that off camera. So I watched her launch video of when she launched these brushes just to get an idea of how she uses them, and I think they're brilliant ways to use them. So let's get started. And I like to have kind of like this with me, like this is the mini Sigma switch, and I just like to use that in between colors. So what I'm first going to do is take, I don't know if I have a favorite. I think all of these brushes in the set are my favorite. I can't pick just one. So this is the BKBeauty and this is the Nikki and BKBeauty brush number N12. I'm going to use this to clean up the brows. So I'm going to take concealer. I'm going to use the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. I'm just going to place some of this on the back of my hand, and then take a small amount of the concealer and work it into the brush. And I'm just going to start carving out underneath the brow, and I'm kind of pulling the concealer down on the brow bone. We're going to come back to this brush with the lips and the eyes. Right now I want to go to the complexion. I'm going to take probably the most interesting and coolest brush ever. This is the N17, and it has a dual side brush. So this is for creams, and then this is for powders. And I've noticed, this is my first time using BKBeauty brushes. These brushes are so soft. I was really impressed with that. So I'm going to take my favorite foundation. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in Mont Blanc. I'm almost out of this one. Good thing I have a backup. I'm going to take about 2 pumps on the back of my hand, use the light fiber side, and start applying it. I love this brush. This brush is so multi-purpose. I've never used a brush like this for foundation, and I think it's so cool. I mean, I used like a flatter brush, but nothing like this. I'm absolutely loving it. So I started to avoid putting the foundation under the eye, just to kind of really avoid creasing. My under eye area has looked so much better from not placing the foundation right underneath. I have like a piece of hair on my lip or something. It really, like, I don't know, I guess molds to your face. I love that it does that. It's nice and blended. Now we're gonna move on to concealer. I'm gonna take e.l.f. Putty Color Corrector Eye Brightener. It's probably the best concealer brush that I've ever tried. This is the N16. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some up of the product. I'm going to pick some of the concealer up. Ooh, I hit the bottom. I'm going to kind of work it into the brush a little bit. I'm going to go right in the hard to reach area, kind of like right in here, and bring it down just a little bit. And that's pretty much all I do for concealer. And then I take my lighter concealer, like the Natasha Denona concealer, to pretty much hide. I'm going to take the same concealer as well and just apply it to any blemish. And this brush is so amazing to it gets right in hard to reach areas. I love that about this brush. All right, and then I'm going to do my sandwich setting spray thing. I'm going to shake up the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Then I'm going to use my fan to dry. Now it's time for, actually let's do it like this. I'm going to do some highlighting now with my Natasha Denona concealer. I'm going to kind of remove the color with the Sigma Switch from my E16. I'm going to place the concealer in the highlighting areas. So we're just gonna go like this. For highlighting in the under eye area, I kind of like to go a little bit lower than where we placed the color corrector. I'm highlighting on the forehead, the nose, and the chin. And I sometimes like to go back in with my foundation brush. So I'm going to take the N17 and just blend the edges. Now we can go into probably a brush that I would never use for this step, but now that I'm using it for this step, I'm never going back. So I'm going to take my Patrick Ta cream contour and powder duo, and she's statuesque. I'm going to take the cream contour with the N14 brush to contour the face. Like I said, I would never use a brush like this for contouring, and then after trying this brush for the, contouring, it's amazing. I kind of like to use the pointy end of the brush to kind of place the color, and then the side of the brush to blend it. I'm going to do the same thing to the forehead, and then I'm also going to contour my nose. Or actually, let's go back to the E16 to contour the nose. Or N16, sorry, N16. Let's go back to the N16 to contour the nose. So I'm just going to take it on the tip of the brush, kind of right up against the start of the brow. Okay, now I'm going to actually do a little bit more of highlighting. So I'm going to take the same concealer. This time I am going to place it on the back of my hand. And I'm going to kind of bring the concealer down the side of the nose, and then kind of like right in this area as well. Okay, now it's time to set. Now it's time to set the face. I'm going to take the powder side of the N17 with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder in Cherry Blossom. So with this, I'm just going to set the T-zone. Oh, I did forget to put on cream blush. My bad. Okay. So before I set everywhere else, I'm going to take the cream side and take the LYS High Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush in Humble. At first, I didn't like to apply cream blush with this brush, but now that I did it a couple of times, I absolutely love it. You just have to do a small amount of blush, I think, when applying cream blushes with this brush. Okay, now we can set the rest of the face. I'm going to go in with my powder bronzer now. I'm going to take the N15 to set the contour. I like to use this for powder contour, setting my powder contour. You can also use it for creams. I remember she saying in the video, but for me, I like to use it to set contour. Now I'm going to go into my powder blush with the N17 powder side. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Luminous Blush, Powder Luminous Blush in Happy. Okay, let's move on to the eyes. To prime the eyes, I'm going to take the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre with the N16. And again, first I'm going to start in the hard to reach area and then kind of sweep it. I like use the side of the brush, and then I'm going to use the tip of the brush to blend. I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. Start in the inner hard to reach area, inner corner. Take the tip of the brush to blend. Then I'm just going to go over the eye primer with my Huda Beauty powder. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my N13. I'm going to take the powder bronzer from the Patrick Ta Duo. I'm going to place this in the crease. A lot of fingerprints on this mirror, wow. I like to kind of bring it to the, like, really close up to the brow, like in this area here. Alright, for the lid, I'm actually going to take the highlighter that I'm going to be using, and then I'm going to take the N12 brush. I'm going to place this on the lid. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. Now let's do some eyeliner. I'm going to take this is the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in Brew Ha Ha. And I'm going to place this close to the lash line and kind of really out on the corner so I can get a really nice small. Okay, so I'm going to take my N11 brush. I love to use this brush to for eyeliner, so I can like really smudge out the eyeliner, or kind of like what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to take the tip of the liner and kind of knit out just to create a tiny wing. And I'm going to go back to my N12 brush, take the Natasha Denona concealer and clean up, well, actually first I'm going to set the eyeliner. I'm going to take my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette and use the brown shade to set the eyeliner. Okay, now I can take the N12 brush and clean up and sharpen the wing. I normally don't do this, but after getting these brushes, I am going to start doing this now, like cleaning up the wing, because it makes a whole lot of difference. These are definitely not even. That's okay. Okay, off camera, I'm going to do mascara, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, now I'm going to do some highlighting. So I'm going to take my highlighter that we used on the lids. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in Pearl. And I'm going to take the N17. I'm going to use the powder side to highlight. Okay, now for the lips. I should have done this when I was doing my my contouring, but I didn't. I'm going to take the cream contour from the Patrick Ta palette, or Patrick Ta Duo, and contour my lips. Then I'm going to use my NYX lip liner in Nude Beige. Then I kind of switch up my lipsticks all the time. For today, I'm going to use the Anastasia Lip Velvet in Crush. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like started to like contouring or highlighting the bottom lip. So I'm going to take my N12 brush with some concealer and just highlighting that area. And sometimes I actually like to use this to clean up any mistakes. Now it's brow gel time. I'm going to take the Benefit 24 Hour Brow Setter. Lastly, I'm going to take the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. Like I said in the beginning, I love these brushes. These brushes are going to be traveling with me, and you know, I think once I start building my pro kit again, because I kind of used up everything. Once I start building it up again, I'm going to get another set of these brushes. I'm going to have one set for personal use and then one set for pro, and these brushes are definitely pro. They're all I'm going to use now. They're amazing. Such a great job, Nikki and BKBeauty. I love these brushes.